follow is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1s. A guy they call Bad Brad. Well, we're in Movie May. And for Brad, it's been Backstage Brad. You check his backstage pass, and you see his accolades. He won this tournament 1 year ago. He claimed the dance floor. But this was no dance sequel. He's in front of the camera and rolling the tape. Cruising through many, but having to sweat through a lot. Backstage Brad is back to claim what is his. It's only fitting, though, that he goes up against a fellow T3 alumni tournament winner. For VeriGold, maybe that form that once was had 2 years ago may be different. But it's had to go through some bullets and sweat through some names. But Gold is back. It's very rare to get matchups between two tournament winners. It's very rare to get matchup between two tournament winners for this supremacy of T3. It's the battle of T3 Titans. It's Backstage Brad. It's 24K Gold. Washington versus Illinois. Popcorn versus candy. What do you like, it salty or sweet? We got the action ready to roll. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second Final Four match of Movie May. Backstage Brad, VeriGold, 24K Magic, or a little bit of that bad sensations that they call Bad Brad. However you slice and dice it, this is going to be, as the kids say, absolute cinema. What a game we are having in store, too. Let's talk about how these two legends got here. Even though two different classes, we started off with Candy Region Champion Brad, the home team tonight. For Brad, a absolute classic with Tago. Maybe the game of the year. He found a way and got it done in what was a top deck +4 game 7 to figure it out against Tago in a marathon battle that took over 80 minutes. And then, what's your reward? Well, you get the 1 seed. And guess what you gotta do, Brad? Sweat it out again. Because Backstage Brad wouldn't be the backstage man without our backstage sweats. He gets it done in 7 again. Once again, using some power play magic and using a little bit of that flair. Then his only game he didn't go the distance was against Brock. And, well, what does he do right there? None other than have to fight off 15,000 and 16,000 fades to get here. As he took care of business against Brock, the 12 seed. And then Monkey was another battle. Was up 4-2. Started to lose control, but he found a way in Game 9. And for Backstage, he's back in the Final Four. Welcome back home, Brad. T3 Final Four. But on the other side, someone that's looking for redemption. And that's VeriGold. Let's not forget 2 years ago, the OG T3 champ was the Summer Master. Now, this isn't the summer. We're still in spring. But don't get you calendar fooled. We just started the unofficial kickoff after Memorial Day. Took a ridiculous game against Caesar in Game 7 to find a way using number efficiency. Then cruised over Clay. Easy sweep there. And then an absolute classic, another absolute cinematic game with him and Peter. Peter found a way to get a little bit up on the power play, but unfortunately, the power plays ran out dry for Peter, and he lost in 9 as Gold moved on into what was more of an unfortunate game with R. Unfortunately, that was not the best game. Couldn't get a stream, but cruised through, and that's how Gold's at 18-8. We go to the match preview. It's the yellow skip. It's the bad Brad Blue Deuce. Do you need anything more? The 9 versus 14, 18-8, 13. That's going to have to be corrected, but it's all right, 13-10. I think that's correct, yeah, 13-10. Now, remember, the career Final Four record's a little bit skewed. Of course, this is regular season only. Gold, I believe, has never lost the Final Four, was 2-0. Of course, had the Super League 2023, but we only do regular season. So, technically 2-0. Gold's looking for the second regular season finale, but third overall finale. If Gold can get there, that'd be insane. And, of course, Brad looking to get back to his second finale, but this would be in T3. They both have a gold, and they both have a second medal, with Brad being the bronze, of course, in Super League 24 and Super League 23, a silver for Gold in the infamous game. But for Brad, it's 6-5 according to the CPU. We'll see how it shakes down. We go to the pod, and oh my goodness, what a game last night was. Not short streaming. We had Monkey on the call. Pat Johnson down 4-0. Bang, 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 bang. 6 bangs in a row. He hit the fire. He lit the candle. He got it done 6 straight and used Abion's vulnerabilities to get to his first finale. And that leaves Brad our goal. Do we see a Illinois on Illinois crime? Does Brad come in here and spoil the party? Something's got to give, though. As I said, it's going to be an absolutely cinematic night. Joining me in the booth, well, it's none other than my main man, Coach, and of course, Yoshi's our ref and our 2 players. Can you ask for anything more? 2 legends of the sport. Yes, Gold may not be a legend right now in terms of the class of master, but Gold in my heart is always going to be a legend. Let's face it, both these 2 are tournament winners in this exact tournament, Tournament 3. Something's got to give. Brad's been more battle-tested in terms of having longer endurance games, but Gold has just been peak level of gameplay. Beating the likes of Ard Caesar is not easy to do, and it's been just on it. Even Peter. Thoughts on both these players as they both have evolved their game into what is a titanic match here tonight, knowing that Super League starts to creep in the back of their minds as well.
You know, that's the thing that I think nobody is really putting into perspective here. You know, this might be your only shot to make Super League. Not saying that these specific players have their only shot, but you have to think about that as a variable here tonight. I think there's nothing else you can ask for, KT. What else do you look for when you look for a Final Four matchup? I mean, just look at it. I mean, you have bad Brad. You know, he says he's washed, but guess what? He's far from it. Then you have 24 karat gold, man. 24K gold. What else? I mean, exactly what you need. I think these players are here to win. There's nothing else about it. There ain't no consolation prize here. This is winning or strap the boots back up for T4.
No holds barred, baby. That's what you exactly say. It's no holds barred. And you just never know in this situation. What makes this situation unique, we talked about this. All these players weren't even in the top 25. Every single one of this Final Four was 30th on back in the rankings. That's insane to think about. Now they have this chance. We saw Abion unfortunately blow it yesterday, but it's a different type of experience. Both these players have been to Final Fours. Brad, second Final Four, of course, at least in the regular season, and then second Final Four for Gold in the regular season. But overall, if we count the Super Leagues, it's a combined 6 here, and it's going to be a lot. We talked about a lot of games, 128 career games, 293 starts amongst these 2. A lot of experience. I'm going to start it off with Brad because he can't talk right now, but he can't hear us. Brad, I think you almost have to look at this as a one-shot opportunity. I think back to last year where you played Yoshi in that finale and you won, but Yoshi was in that finale and never made it back and never found the rhythm. This has been a different year. It's been a year of chaos, uncertainty, survival, and who's going to have the last laugh? My question to you is simple. You've been battle-tested. You've been using every look under the sun. Where have you found a little bit of an edge when the game actually starts to turn in your favor? Because it's easy to come back from behind or go in the distance. But when you have that lead, or when you're starting to feel the tension, how do you calm those nerves knowing you have the experience, but at the same time compartmentalizing this could be the one shot, the one opportunity in an absolutely chaotic filled season. And for you, Gold, it's great to have you, buddy. We talked about the resurgence, the renaissance. Jay Caesar talked about that at the start of the show when we started this movie, May. It's been cinematic run here. But what's really impressed me about your game is being able to take risk and calculated aggressive moves to not force your opponent into a comfortable state. They've always been on defense and almost forcing their hand. How have you been able to evolve your gameplay, but also how do you balance the nerves knowing that one of you will have a chance to do something that legally in history has never been done? Win 2 regular season tournaments. We've seen, of course, Chapez has won 2 tournaments. That was Super League and a regular season one. No player in league history legally has ever won 2 regular season tournaments the right way. One of those guys will have a shot tonight to have a chance to play for a pack. Gold, floor is yours. What are you looking forward to? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I really have developed in my risk-taking abilities, especially with my comfortability with using or not using power plays. I think if you remember with the match against Peter, down 2-0, I held on to that power play all the way until the end when it ended up being useful and helping me pull out that win there. I've definitely improved in that. I will say, concerns with the stress. I have been stressed. I have a history of being stressed, especially as games go on. Remember T3, not T3, 2023 Super League finale. That happened there. It happened against Peter. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened again this match. I've been trying to work on it. I think I've made some progress, but the nerves are going to be there, and I'd be surprised if the nerves aren't there for Brad as well.
If you're any nervous, Coach, one sec. You just have to breathe. I saw what happened with Yoshi. I know if I lose, I've made it to this far, but 2 big games are still my way, and that's really what it is, Coach. These guys are tournament winners, but at the same time, we've never seen some. We had Peter KT. We had Nick Peter. We've had tournament winners play each other, but we've never seen something like this where 2 tournament winners are playing each other in this very tournament to almost get a crown. If Brad wins back-to-back T3s, he'll go down as one of the greatest ever to do it in this tournament alone, and league history is going to go down as one of the great. If Gold does it, same thing in a sense. Took a year off to get back to the top. Forget Pack on the other side. What's going to be the one key tonight before we get this match started you're looking into and looking forward to? And his best of 11. Long series tonight, too. 11 games.
Control. You have to stay control. You have to stay level-headed. And you have to understand that, yes, we have seen... Look who your opponent is in the championship. That's the motivation. I know Pac Johnson is not, no one to push over. Obviously, look at what he done in T3. But you also feel like the winner of this game has a momentum that they can take over against Pac. I think exactly what you need to look for is who takes control early and who levels it out in that middle part of the game, and who can end the game exactly how you need it.
Remember, this is a new rule coming in before we start the match. Final 4, we made a little bit of a change. We will have regular CSR. We saw that last night, wasn't mentioned. I'm going to mention it here. That means if you win on 5, that's it. We're done. We're juicing it. You're finished. You have to go somewhere else. In the past, you win on 5, you win on 6, you can go back to 5. That's no longer the case. We look forward to seeing how this is going to play out. Yoshi's our ref. Maybe we'll get a word from him a little bit later in the programs. I know he did make it this far last year. But it's time to get this match underway. 3-3, 2-2, 1. Those are your lottery numbers. Let's get underway. Backstage Brad. I've called you many times to your opening game ones, my friend. What's it going to be for this long night ahead? What do we got? It's Final 4 time, baby. Got to lock in. Here comes Brad. Looking to load in. A lot of options, but remember, be careful. 12, it's over. You win, gone. You have to be careful. And he's going to play strategic. Play with 11. Yoshi on the ref. Yoshi on the scoreboard. Coach in the booth. Can you ask for anything more? Welcome to the Final 4. We started off with the Ghost 1. And Coach, right off the bat, a number card Do you start thinking about the switching early? What's your thoughts on that approach from both players?
No, I don't think you do. You have to look at it at this right here. This is how I think about it. Keep it on red. Bleed the red. So you know if you have something that you can work with later in the series. Or in the game one.
Well, that's what Gold's going to do. Gold does the famous. Sort it out. Sort that hand out. See where we go from there, and exactly what Gold's doing. Taking time, playing patient, understanding it's a long road ahead. Remember, Coach, normally in a best of 7, it definitely can feel like a sprint. Tonight, what is a sprint? There is no sprint. This is a marathon.
Nope.
All day.
Nope.
Well, Coach, there's the first switch. Gold's going to run. So Brad aggressive on the switch. You wonder if there is some back-end ammo, or is he looking for a fade? Remember, Brad did play Brock, and who's the master fader? WB. For Gold,
in the flesh, baby.
In the flesh. We talked about Gold, some of the people Gold has played. I look back, and I think the one player Gold may be able to take something from is Brad goes for a double. It's going to have to be that first game of Caesar. Caesar plays concise, calculated. That's what Brad plays, concise, calculated, but don't be fooling you. He knows how to play aggressive and rip the cord off when he has to.
Yep, Brad with a little double play there.
Yeah, Brad and the Yoshi and the Steven. Here comes Gold. Is there a switch or a clean play? It's going to be a little heater there, Coach. A little KT heater. It's a blue.
Yeah. Controlling the pace. Controlling the cards. Controlling where it goes. Exactly what you want early in the game.
Go a little aggressive, yep.
Brad obliges with the blue 8.
Yeah, in a retro. Down to the gangster. So Gold, we talked about this. One thing I know about Gold's game, these interesting takes on the wad, using them early, not saving them, playing a little bit more aggressive with it. How that's going to play out is going to be intriguing. Now let's see what Brad can do right here. Backstage, taking his time. Remember, Brad, he's a guy to not really go for a command chain. He'll take his time, go double-double or double-triple single. He knows how to do that. Power play is on the option. Here comes backstage, looking for this game 1. Big game here. We talked about the implications of this game. But backstage with a +4 Eric Tachavik right there, right off the bat, Coach. You said control. Brad wants that control immediately.
Yeah, he's controlling the pace. He's controlling where the ball is. But Gold with another blue.
Yeah, the classic right there. Crossover, back to the KT Wild, hoping for ice. And it's beautiful ice from Gold. Is it real ice, though? Is this a classic? Or has Gold got room to run? Play the numbers game. Let's see if Brad gets the 4-switch heaven. I think he might have the 4-switch heaven here. You saw a time raw number after a Wild. And he does have the 4-switch heaven in the cap. Gold obliges. It's going to be a numbers game now, Coach. Can Gold get this back to blue? Does Brad have a potential opener on the green? No. That's big for Gold. Gold looking for a load up right here. Let's see. Double play, similar to Brad. It was the Yoshi Steven. This time it's the Goldie into a popping bottles G6 to Vapor. Here comes Brad. How does he look on the 6s? Is there a number efficient play? Bad Brad loading up. Looking for something. Couple minutes into this match. The pace has been pretty solid, pretty fluid so far. Brad looking to load in. What has he got on the back end, taking his time? He'll go into the switch, Coach in the yell, trying to play iso ball.
And he does it. He isolates him.
Great call from Brad to play iso ball. Gold will have to draw back, rely on some toppers. Here comes Brad. He'll go. Oh, he's going to risk it, though. Goes into Sanford, opens up a Panthers, and there's a 6 heaven. Back to green from Gold, looking for a trip iso.
Number efficiency there. Not much you can do.
We talked about number efficiency. Well, who did Gold really just benefit off that?
All right, with the skip, he has price for Uno.
Does Brad have a chance to get the game off a skip save, or is it check? Brad looking for the skip to the finish. Let's see. Does he skip the doodad? He's got it with the pusher.
And he does.
Bad Brad in the building with a classic 1-0 and a little save theory.
KT, that's what you have to do. You have to be mind. You have to keep your cards. You have to understand to hold those cards to the end to play it exactly how you need to play it. That's what he did today, and that's what I like it in game 1.
All right, Brad, I got to go to you here, man. Double +4. I'm going to ask, did you have one of those +4s off the start? And talk to me about almost playing a 3-color game. Did you feel confident playing that 3-color game, being deficient on the blue because you had the back-end numbers and you were praying, or do you feel with the plus fours. Bide your time, let Gold use some of that ammo, and then run to the finish at the end. Talk me through that mindset.
I mean, I was confident because I had 2+4s off the start, and I had all those number switches, and VeriGold played right into the numbers I wanted. And I got the green at the end. That was good.
No, definitely aggressive, Brad. And do you think you can play this more aggressive because you have? That's one thing. Do you have to be wary of those wilds that Gold's throwing? Because Gold is one of those players that they'll throw a regular wild. Like, oh shoot! A lot of players panic and hit a +4 right away. You did a good job staying composed. Talk to me about that element of composure and how you got to be on your game, especially when you see that one wild being played. Talk me through it.
Yeah, the first time I was just gonna go because I had nothing, but I could have used the second +4 for the second wild, but I knew I was up in cards, so I didn't need to use it yet.
I appreciate that, Brad. Great insight. Goal, I got to go to you. I think that double ISO KT wilds were great. I think that was great. Brad was flushed. Would you have considered a KT Classic there to limit the numbers from Brad, or were you confident to say you didn't have a 4 considering, hey, at that point, you got to take the risk? Maybe did you have a double number you left in the back pocket you could have played first? Talk me through those wilds and trying to get Brad off his game to flush ammo.
Yeah, I did have some number efficiency there, and I was also trying to keep it off of red because that was my main plan for going out. Is I had a nice run on red, and I was looking to not waste it a bit too soon, especially because it involved giving Brad 6 cards, and from my perspective, hadn't seen a +4. For all I knew, there were +4s just waiting to go straight to Brad. Turns out Brad already has them.
Right. That's timing. Right. There you go. And I think, Coach, what they both said right there, 100,000% feeler game right there. They don't know. They've never played in the league. There's not been a sanctioned league match since it's the first time they've ever played. And I think that feeler game, getting a good read on where the +4s are going to go, where the bot's going to distribute, this is good, especially if it's less than a 5-minute game. It's a good, quick feeler. They understand the pace of what's going to be tonight. Talk to me about what you saw from a coach perspective on that feeler. Brad controlled the pace, especially with the ammo.
No, you saw exactly what you call a filler game. I mean, you're trying to fill out the opponent, and in my opinion, they both did that, and it just lucked out that Brad had those cards, or he held those cards and did good on the card holding to the end of the round.
Brad moving forward. Remember the rules. That's it for him on the 11, but he'll have 2 more calls backstage. No 11. What are we thinking, my friend, for G2? Is it going to be a upper 12? Yep. Thinking 12-pack in my head. Here we go. Let's get it going. Brad with the 12-pack in the building. Can he get it going? Half off special. Let's start it up with a G6, popping bottles. And now, Coach, we talked about the switching earlier in the first game. You said we shouldn't switch, bleed those reds. Now it's a little bit different, I think. I think they both now understand that the switching is part of their arsenal. It's going to be part of the game and part of the package tonight. Timing will be key, especially in this first game where we saw. Here comes backstage looking to make an early move. Backstage. And we've seen a lot of those combos with the skips, reverses.
That's kind of been his thing here in the first and second 2 games. You can tell he has those double plays he kind of likes to play to sneak in there, and it's not giving Gold any type of ammo to come back on him.
And another thing too, Coach, you talk about control. It looks good on the scoreboard. You're up in possession. You extend that lead. That's big. Maybe you're trying to force the opponent to throw a pluser if you don't have ammo. So Gold's got to think about that too. Here comes backstage looking for a potential switch over. And then there's the call. The switch over into the blue 9. Backstage moving forward. Here comes Gold. Will Gold go for the under? No. Plays it cool in a nom. Over from Nick. Backstage now looking to load in. Taking his time. Let's see if he's got another switch. Switchity doodah, or does he play it clean? Brad going to play this one clean with the double Nick, self-ditto. And now the games begin right here, Coach. Can Gold find the maybe missing link? And there's a double. That's big for Gold to really get the scoreboard set. 8's up. Once again, Brad off of Gold's nom for this time. They're really playing the numbers game here. Into retro. Still juicing the blues. We run it down. And it's going to be a draw. So Brad, content to draw here. Gold going to continue to run into Andy. Is there a potential switch over? Is there a Logan in the back cards? No, but it's going to be Monkey. Big switch over there, coach, from Brad to go to yellow. And I was thinking there's going to be the undercut. There's the red. We talked about game one. Gold had a monster run in red. Does Brad sense the pressure?
It's all about number efficiency right now. Can you end it up exactly how you need it?
Well, Gold is starting to get to that red zone. In the red zone now. 4 to go. Brad's still a couple cards back. Let's see what it'll be. Brad back to yellow, hoping Gold doesn't have anything. Gold save. No, but Gold does save. That's big. That is big right there. Gold with the save play. And now Brad's got to rethink. Is there another backdoor yellow lurking from Gold? Or is that the only one Gold was saving for the last card finish? Let's see. Brad's going to have a little bit of a tough decision to make here. This is a perfect time for a little bit of a think-stop moment here, Coach. He's going to think and stop and evaluate all options using some of that CH.
Mm-hmm.
Backstage, taking his time, looking forward right here. We talked about this game mattering a lot in terms of Super League and all that other stuff and all that jazz finales, but I think for both these two, it's about the pride. You want to be the king of T3. You want to have that crown around your neck, around your head, saying, hey, I'm here. And Brad throws him a ridiculous heater. A triple +2. Is this game for backstage? No, it's not. It will not be game. But it's check. Gold's going to fire. Here we go. +2. That's going to save the game, Coach. Saves it right there.
For sure.
Big save from Gold. Brad, all he can do is just play that one card he had. Now, Gold back in the game after that +2, despite being down 11 cards right here. Let's see, will it be 10 here? Yeah, we're going to switch it, banking on that +2 not being a red or a yellow. Interesting. Or a blue. So banking on one of the 3 colors not happening. Was it just a classic? It's going to be the red, but did Gold save something on this red? Backstage gets the check. Interestingly enough, there would have been no number efficiency play. Let's see. Gold now with some time to think. Let's see what we got. Yes, sir, Coach. +4, there it is. So that's going to save the game again. Gold 2 defensive
He goes it back up.
Yeah, now it's closing up, and 2 defensive stops in the last 30 seconds here from Gold. Brad draws. That's humongous for Gold. Brad was juiced on the Blues. Gold's going to run the Blues. Ironically, on the same bad Brad Blue Deuce, using his own card against them. There's Retro. Gold to play the Blues continually. 5-8. Gold chipping away. Brad through that monster +2 package. And he's out, and that's huge, Coach, because remember, that monster +2 package ate a lot of those +2s in control. +4s were working, and so was number of fish. And for Gold, going to risk it, but remember, one of those +2s in green are gone, limiting the ammo. Backstage, up by 2, up 3 now. Gold going to ISO. And Brad's ISO'd. Here we go. Top deck from Gold. Now draw
That's exactly what you want for this series right now, man.
Oh, this is back and forth. So you got to love it. Top deck city for both. Top 4 from Brad. Almost the basement from Gold. Aria to Brian. We draw. Here comes Backstage looking for a switch. Backstage looking for the switch right here. We get the switch into Acosta. Big move right there from Backstage.
Yeah, I think he's trying to set up something. He went into that yellow.
I think
maybe it was the only thing he had.
I think Gold's got something as well. And there it is. Triple play. Maybe not any cards, but splits the gap.
Nothing crazy, though.
Yeah, it's big, though. Splits the gap down. It's going to be a case right here, Coach, of who's got the run in what color. Who saved what color to go out on, as Gold said. Is this what Brad needs for the finish with the yellow? Here he comes. This is what you were thinking. Is it check, though? Is it check or finish? Brad looking for 2-0. Does he have it? Backstage looking for the finish right here. +2, it's over.
He does.
Yeah, it's the yellow finish, and right there, you got to say, Coach, insane play from Brad right there, in my humble opinion. He banked on, not even so much the green wild, I think he banked on, in a sense, the play number efficiency. Brad, did you have a number efficiency play right there off that red 9? because you had that green 9, or did you bank off that with the +4 to go through on the green 9, red 9? Or the green 9, red 9, and the yellow 9? Did you have a red 9, yellow 9? What was up with that first
I guess,
one?
yeah, I did. I
That's what I
did have
thought.
red 9 and yellow 9.
Okay.
So that was interesting. And then, like, I got the last 4 cards were the 4 cards I got on the +4.
Wow. So you okay? So
Yeah.
no holding it back, right? So just playing it cool. Obviously, I agree with not using the power play here. You don't want to take the risk. Talk to me about that monster +2 pack. Did you get just, unfortunately, I would have to assume you played the yellow and the blue. Do you think gold almost going to red enabled, in a sense, you to run that triple +2 because you got rid of the reds and almost cleared your plate? Was that really what was the difference to get down to Uno at the initial get-go?
Yeah, I knew it would. I knew when I did it, I would have Uno, so I 100% would force out an ammo card there. So, like, that would have to use something, and it's a +12.
Right.
So I'll be up enough that, like, gold could come back, but it's less likely.
Using the percentages, gotcha. Appreciate that, buddy. Coach, you want to ask a question to gold? Go ahead, buddy. Go for it. Coach? Might be a little busy. I got you. No worries. So gold. You got burnt on that yellow switch, but I've got to ask right here. Intriguingly, you had answers every time. You did play that early wild again. Do you think it's becoming a case of, with the +4 this time, not the regular one, do you think it's becoming a case of you're getting the cards, but unfortunately Brad's just beating you to the ammo punch, or do you think you got to go a little bit more aggressive the first 4 or 5 cards to try to get the home table back, considering this is a big crucial game 3 now? Thoughts on that?
I think I should probably play a bit more aggressively. Uh, Aside from the +4, I didn't really have much in the way of ammo. I did have those skips, which I was trying to work out. I did have insane number efficiency. I had like
Right.
5 or 6 fives at
Oh,
one point, and I was trying to work through all those. Let me see, it's at least
Back,
at
coach.
least
Sorry, but
5 of them.
you good, buddy? Just ask Gold a
Yeah,
question. No problem.
I was working with 5 fives, and I was trying to get my way through them. Had to switch off of blue at some point, which I knew I I was certainly comfortable playing with playing on blue. I was even comfortable trying to force Brad to like trying to give Brad those +4, even if I maybe could have gotten away with just a simple color change there. But I felt it was definitely the safest play.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the thing, Coach. Right, aggression, and Gold's got to be a little more grab. You kind of heard it right there. Aggression's key, and I think for Brad, the fact that he's getting the ammo and he's playing a little bit more aggressive, especially towards the end, getting to the red zone, chopping it up at Uno and hoping for a move and forcing moves, it's working so far. And it's giving, not nightmares, but it's giving Gold a little bit more to think of. And like I said, it's not over yet. We've seen, just look at last night, Town 4-0, Mr. Pat Johnson found a way. So this series is far from finished. But your thoughts so far in these initial 2? Now we've seen 2, and Brad so far has been able to take the control and the aggression so far, the X factor.
you've seen what you thought you would see in these first 2 games. I mean, I'm not saying 20. I mean, in all honesty, Gold is still here to play. Gold is still showing up. It's just not went his way so far. So, I mean, don't get your head down. I mean, keep fighting. I mean, Brad has just played a little too good these first 2 games. He's not going to be there. He might not play that good in all 24. So just keep going. You got this. Don't worry. Just keep fighting.
It's true. There's a long way to go, and it's upper tier so far only for Brad. We'll see what Brad continues. Brad, I'm thinking we're going to go one up, but let's just do the honors here. What are we thinking for this big game 3? What do we got? Remember, yeah, called it. There's the 13. One up this time. Brad is going to go through the sequential order in Gold. A player knows how to play that algo, too, when we get home. But a crucial game 3, a Gone Green Deuce. We saw Gone make the finale last tournament as a 15. History has repeated itself with Mac as a 15 as well. Will it be a 9 or a 14 on display in the finale? And Coach, right here, I think, Brad, you can start to sense the confidence is oozing out as he goes to the yellow. But this is where it got into Abion in trouble. You start getting confident, you start smelling that finish line, but you don't respect the journey. I think Brad's got to stay locked in too. Gold's going to be locked in from here on out, but Brad can't start smelling that finish line. It's a long way to go for sure.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, if you think that at any point in this next, 3 or 4 games, that Gold isn't going to take 2 of these next 3, I think we'd be surprised, right? I mean, we think Gold is here to play. We know Gold is here to play. We obviously think that. We obviously know Brad's here to play. So why don't we keep going in that path and keep going back and forth like we have been so far?
Gold uses one of Brad's moves to do a little classic double right there, and all Brad can do is zero sugar, and that's zero sugars are interesting because sometimes you can get juiced out early. And here comes Brad now. Does he switch? No. He'll play it clean. Gold nothing. Brad doing a little humming right there. Let's see what it's going to be. Appreciate you serenading us, buddy. In the red. Now we'll see what happens here, Coach. Into that color switch. We talked about the aggression with it. You wonder if Gold can stay vigilant on this. We talked about the aggression. Does Gold fight fire with fire here? Just a classic double. Nothing crazy.
Nothing too crazy right now, no.
Brad just rolling through the weeds, rolling through the game. Another zero sugar. Could have switched. Played it clean. Gold back at it with the red 3 to Logan. Back and forth. Tit for tat. Ping pong. Whatever you like to say. That's what we've been experiencing so far these first 2 games. And it continues with a switch back to the green from Brad into that rat in 3. Off the initial get-go. Gold undercuts. That's all 4. Pandora's is open and Andy. Big play there from Gold to go aggressive, Coach. That's aggressive down 2-0. But Gold talked about being
It's what you got to do. You don't want to go down. You do not want to go down 3-0 right now.
Yeah, Gold definitely starting to turn the wick up on number aggression. Brad's going to be vigilant. Another zero shot. He's had a lot of the zeros, so it's only 1 left to go on that. As Gold, just another double, though. No ammo's being thrown either way. That's the thing I know. Nothing's being thrown either way. That's the thing. What's it going to be here?
Maybe holding it back a little bit.
Yeah, I'm thinking right here, someone's going to throw something soon because it's been a little too quiet. Here comes Brad. He's in that red zone right here. Brad looking to go up 3-0, but he can't. I'll just do a double, and that's the thing now here, Coach. Decision time for Gold. There's the +4, and that's going to put Gold back in front. I think you had to do it right there, Coach. It was getting dangerous for.
Exactly. I like it. I like them. I like the aggressiveness.
Here comes Brad now. Singing a lullaby. Here he comes. Brad looking to load up right here. What did he get off that ammo return? Can Brad find a little bit of magic with the ammo return to Gold prevent a finish? We'll have to ask him. Heat check right there, Coach. Into the green wild. I like the play. I like the aggression. Use the Gold's playbook. But is that a costly switch? Oh my goodness, it doesn't matter.
And there he is.
Yep.
He's arrived.
Gold's back. And I think right there, there's the luck. I think right there, Brad, you couldn't really do much right there, I got to say, because did you have something maybe in green? Did Gold undercut you right on the blue? They got you down to the end where you just couldn't execute? Other than that, I thought you had pretty much played a clean game there. I figured. So talk to me about, so the adjustment almost in a sense, Brad, you just got beat to the punch on 1 less undercut read, 1 less progression. Is that how I look at it?
Yeah, that's it. I was like trying to win on green. Like I got the green +2. Oh well.
Right. At least you got the 2 wins. So Gold, once again, monster hand. However, a little bit fortuitous, you'd say, on the early switches where I talked about the aggression. Maybe trying some of what Brad does with those reverse skip combos to get those double plays out of the way. It basically gave you a little bit of confidence. Say, I can do that play. You did 3 of those, and it got you to the end. Talk to me about a little bit of the stealing some of Brad's playbook right there to get that 2-1 and get this back in your homestand for sure. You definitely needed that one.
Yeah, I definitely did take advantage of getting those early plays out of the way. Where was it? Yeah, with the red skip at the very least. I know I was definitely debating holding on to it, or which I guess I could have held on to it, but I think by doing that, it kind of put me in the driver's seat because it was like, oh, they have ammo. They're willing to take this risk. They're willing to go and play already. Well, maybe this isn't the best. I think it worked out quite well for me.
You know, it definitely did. And coach, just like that, we talk about momentum swings. That's a green +2. Brad's if he plays it, who knows? He's right there. We're talking 3-0 Brad, and now we're talking goal with a little bit of spark, a little bit of ember. Talk about the momentum swings in a game like this. We're going to experience that a lot here tonight. That's big for goal, and Brad, he's got to lock
Oh,
back in.
that's huge. But you got to also think that just this one game does not mean that you're back in it. It means you're still one behind. Because if Brad comes in here and wins one more, guess what? You're back to being 2 down. You don't want to be the guy who keeps going back and forth the rest of the round. You need to stroll off a couple here and get that advantage on your side.
Going to be an interesting point here, Coach, because now it's Gold's opportunity. Before we get to go, I want to go a little bit of a little player analysis from our ref here. We'll go to the ref. Yoshi, you were here last year in this spot. Obviously, a completely different game, completely different bot. Your thoughts on what you've seen so far through 3? Feel free to say something, buddy.
They've been playing on point. I think I feel like I know these players pretty well. I've played Gold like in a Grimland event. It felt like a long series, even though we probably played pretty fast. And obviously Brad had played in the finale. So, I get a sense for when some of these players have like a finish. Sometimes I would kind of sense that when after Gold went for that +4. But regardless, I do think like I can tell that these two are really trying to play as safe as possible, trying to save their ammo, making sure that they're prepared for what's to come. But we saw obviously Brad needing to go for that aggressive play in game 2. I mean, not much aggression that Brad could have done other than find a way to play like a green +2. But I don't think he was ever given the option with all the switches Gold was doing. So. Except at the beginning of the game, but why would you do it at the beginning of the game? So really, this is just a game where both players, it's an even match. Like we're seeing two really good players, and it's really about how they use their ammo. That's what I'm seeing here.
That's what we hyped this match up to be. Even Steven, steady Eddie. That's all we can really ask for in a Final Four. Let's get to it, Gold, though. We know your playbook's always open on card starts. No 13 rest of the series, free board. What do we got? Oh, here we go, Coach. Let's change the moment. I know you like this, Coach. You like this 6-7-5 pack.
I do.
All right, take us through this. As we go to a Ghost 1, what do you try to do in these lower tier starts here? Take us through. You do this more than... I know myself. I don't do these starts. So talk to me through this. How you skin the cat.
You're looking to get a good starting hand, pretty much. You're looking to get that hand that can pretty much end it early. Honestly, it could go either way because if you get it out of the way and you get a quick hand and you get a quick close here, you got to remember we still got a couple power plays on the hand, right? I mean,
oh yeah,
you could end this before the other person even has a turn if you have a good hand.
Well, right now we're seeing a little bit of that, what you were saying, that magic hand, because Brad's juiced down red. Gold will have 3 possessions. The question really becomes, is it 3 possessions with a red, or is it 3 possessions off a switch? That's going to be the key. Brad, nothing, just juiced. Oh man, this would be some lightning in the bottle, Coach, right here. If you get on the nail in the coffin, there's the switch. We're just going to say, so it's 3 possessions, but with a switch. Gives Brad some life. Brad with a little life now. Let's see. Plays a double play. It's his patented play. Goal looking for 3.
You've seen that multiple times.
Yep, in the goal to Brock right there. Ironically, playing goal right now and took care of Brock and 8. Here comes Gold, though. Made the aggressive play to yellow. Nothing. So that's intriguing, Coach. Self-ISO on a 6. That's something. Let's see what Brad will have here. Brad looking to go up 3-1, but with 6 cards, you don't know what's at the lottery luck. There's a yellow 9 top 4, and go with a +2 heater. Wants to throw. It hit me, says Brad. Ooh, hit me, baby, one more time. We'll see. No, nothing. Juiced. Does Gold save a +2 potentially and do a wraparound play? That'd be something. We've seen wraparound plays work with lower starts because there's not as much delta on ammo being distributed.
You kind of thought this might be a must-win for Gold here.
I think it might be, especially going 6. You're taking that aggressive play. Now, the only way it wouldn't be is if Gold continues to go 6, 5, 7 around that area. But aggressive play here from Gold to get rid of that 6 early. What's it going to be here? Remember, winner of this game, draw there from Gold. Doesn't matter who wins this game, Coach. They will be at home. Pack is a 15 seed. So this is it. Winner will get that home game in the finale regardless.
You kind of thought this might be opening Pandora's box here with this +2 being though, and just kidding. Here we go in the flesh.
In the flesh, will cop us out of that one. No +2s anymore going to be thrown. If it is one, it's going to be all natural. And now I was thinking about the switch. Here we go. Is there a 4 switch heaven right there to really get Brad on his toes? No. So once again, Coach, no one's making the aggressive switch. Draw City for the first time. It's something we haven't really seen much. So they're going to try that right now as they continue. I'm going to say, having played both these people, obviously I played Brad back in March 24 Gold Super League and 2023 T5. They're comfortable. It doesn't matter what bot. Both like Draw City, and just as I say that, until there's a breakaway, there was a backdoor skip. So now Gold, big lead right here, Coach, after a triple play breaker from Gold himself to Lara to Red.
Yeah, double skip there with the green 3 is a deadly combo because you look at the number efficiency. The green 3 is the only one there, so you knew that another color was coming.
Brad tries the undercut, but Gold has the answer from Andy over to Peter. Big play there from Coach, or big play there from Brad to try the undercut, Coach. You think there's something in the back end right here? I'm thinking there might be.
Yeah, for sure. I think he had an idea there for a minute.
Nothing. Well, this is patented play, but right now Gold with some life. Nothing. Big play. That's why he did it. Wanted to test that last color progression. It worked. Gold couldn't chain it up, and now it's Draw City for Gold. But remember, 4 possession lead. You got some delta to play with. What's it going to be from Brad?
You got to think Gold trying. Is he switch it over to the green here?
That's going to give a jailbreak. That's what Gold wanted off that last progression with the skip. Let's see.
None of the wilds have been played, and only the yellow +2. So you got to think they have a little bit of ammo in their pockets here.
It's going to be about that progression now, Coach. Making that aggressive switch over to that green where Gold needed. And that's what I'm saying. Here comes Gold with the reverse. Brad maybe looking at that power play defensively, maybe. No need. And there's no call. A triple play after that reverse, quadruple play, double +2. It's going to be a case of, does Gold have the finish? Remember, no power play used. You wonder here, Coach, what's that last card now? That's going to be the key. Brad's got to do things stop, because there was no power play used. Is there a mind game in the back end? We'll have to find out.
You got to think, does he have ammo here? You left the door open for Brad. See, that's what I'm saying. You left the door open.
Door's open. We saw this before earlier with Brad, a little bit ironically, down to the +2s, and Gold had it, but Brad overcame it. Gold now will have to adjust to the +4. Just a double play. Here we go. That could have been game. It could have been. Could have been game right there. So that's big from Brad to use that pluser. Who knows what Gold would have had in the back end. But remember, the game would have been on blue. That's the thing we have to watch out for. Was the last card of blue? I have to ask Gold on that. Trying to save the power play. Into red. Gets the switch. Into DJ. That's a big switch. Massive switch now from Brad. Or Gold. Let's see what Brad can do to respond. Brad looking to load up after the DJ Curtis 5. Taking time. And he'll go for the +2, coach, a little bit of a safer play.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I think you gave him too much ammo here. It's hard for me to think that he doesn't have control of this, even though he's down by 4 cards,
Right now, yeah, as you said, Brad playing a little bit of cat and mouse. Brad's going to be the mouse right here. Gold's
And the good thing for 24K Gold though, he has the ability to receive these punches because he had such a big lead.
There's that control you were talking about. But that's the thing. When you have the lead, you're forcing switches, and now the switching becomes a big point, a talking point, because the more switching you had, it gives more pressure to Brad. It's the ebbs and flow of control versus playing from behind. That's the one thing.
Well, let me ask you. Let me ask you this, KT. How much are you looking at the history board here and seeing, oh, if I hit this yellow 2 here, he might not have another card to throw back at me here when it comes to the +2 or something else. Or, both skips are gone. The reverses aren't. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much does he have to throw back at me?
You're banking on that +2 not being in Brad's arsenal as in the deck. And there's a double. There's that reverse. But no power play. Remember, and that's the thing. When there's no power play being thrown, you have to adjust. Is that last card yellow? It's so early in the game, it's hard to know if someone's trying to steal a win. Or does Brad have that last +2 and I Nostradamus that? Let's see. Gold's hoping Brad doesn't have it. It's still in the deck. Let's see here. There's the switch. Brad aggressive in the red. The Gold faded. Great play from Brad.
You had to know Gold was going yellow, though. But that also answers your question earlier that he didn't have a red to end the game.
No red? Well, I was looking for blue. Blue.
Blue. Okay, my bad. I thought you said red earlier.
No, blue. Looking for the blue 8 because he was off the blue 8. Then Brad pulls. I think that's what Brad's banking on. Show me the blue. I'm confident in the red and any other color. The only way Brad now doesn't lose control is a topper, and there's no topper, so now Brad still down, but now the control is starting to go back in his favor. Now I agree because I think the blue is the last thing Gold may need, and Brad knows it too. The problem is that Brad goes blue. Is there a potential topper that Gold just picked up and you're going to stay green playing 2 color ball? Okay.
I think you know that Gold needs the yellow here. He kept it yellow. He changed it yellow. I think Gold needs yellow.
You think yellow? I still think there's a blue back door. Brad plays it cool. Is it going to be a topper right here? No.
No, but it's down to, what is it, down to 3-3 game?
Brad for 2. Here we go. Still think it's the blue, but let's see. I mean, that's the thing. Do you risk going to the blue now? That's the one area you have to be concerned if you're bad Brad right here. He's going to go to the yellow, coach. That's your theory.
I think, yeah, but you think about it for a second. He has that yellow, but he also has now 2 other cards he has to play with.
I think he's thinking blue. I think he's thinking that last progression is blue. And that's going to be the difference. Gold all can do is just play it clean. Here comes Brad. Is it game with the +4 icer? Haven't seen the +4s yet. Other than 1.
Brad is so good at ending these games. I think this is game right here, Coach KT.
You think it's game? Let's see. You think it's game? Is it the blue that was Gold was lurking? Just couldn't get it. We'll find out.
Yeah, he's topping up a doozy.
Think about power play here. I mean, you got 2 of them tonight. There's no 1. 2 is a big difference than 1. Only 2 cards, so you wonder if it's the power play thing here. He's just analyzing, is it the right move? It's so risky in this game, though, to think about it right now, Coach, because you use it, you feel like a hero up 3-1. We saw that with Avion. He was up 4-0, but he lost one of those, and that's the thing. You could lose momentum fast. It's like an engine. When that engine's cool and cold, it's running great. It starts to heat up and it starts to overheat a little bit. You start to lose a little bit of that steam. And I think that's what Brad's thinking here. Do I want to lose steam now or do I want to lose it later? Here he comes. There it is. He's not going to take the risk. So that's not a +4. That's number of fish. Easily. Here comes Brad looking for the double play on the number. What will it be? Watch it be a 7 heaven or something. No, he's going to go for the KT Wild, and that's going to do it. And I think the blue is what he was looking for. I'm going to go right to Gold. Gold, off that blue +2, green +2, blue 8 was the last card blue.
No, it was a red one. I was banking on the number efficiency, but...
Well, I did think it was red earlier. I knew he had a red card. I didn't know if it was what he had.
So that's intriguing. Brad, I was confident in thinking. I'll come back to you for another quote. I was confident thinking that was blue. Honest to God, I would have did the same move because you just don't know, right? You just see a blue 8 or a double. Yeah, that's what I thought too. What was your last two cards then, Gold? The last two cards right now. Double blue or is it red?
It was a blue. That was when I went to the second time. It was a blue, and then there's a red there as well.
No number of fish?
Unfortunately, not.
No. So okay. So in a way, I guess it wouldn't have mattered. Well, Brad, I still think you had to use it there because you just don't know. Gets the win on 6, not something you're accustomed to. Talk to me about what you got in that ammo return, that +2 double, and how you worked your way down to get the 3-1 here. Brad? Brad here, I think. I'll wait for Brad to queue up. We'll go to Gold here. Gold,
sorry. I had my mic off. So I had that wild, I think, pretty much the whole game, except at the end I just had numbers. But the numbers all lined up. Like, I could have gone to blue earlier, because, like, I had the blue 0, but I didn't want to go to blue that early.
Right.
I was not trusting blue, because, like, we had not seen it until way earlier. So, like, I couldn't trust that Gold wouldn't have a blue double.
I get it. I absolutely get it there, Coach, because you just don't know in this situation. You have to. I don't think Brad would play that, believe it or not, if it was one power play. But 2 power plays, the fact that you had to get a win, something you don't like, 6 cards, that makes a little bit of an adjustment. Now, Gold, you decide to throw the hammer with the +2, +2, +2s, playing a little bit more aggressive, just couldn't find the red. Could you have maybe did one less fail on a red earlier that could have got you a cleaner finish, or you had to live and die by the sword, considering Brad is known to play more of a methodical game with the CH?
Well, I mean, I think at the end of the day, you have to look at it from this perspective, KT. You don't want to take these power plays home with you. They're not going to be good for the championship game against Pac Johnson.
Sure.
So you have to use them at some point. And I think you used it on game 4. You went up 3-1, and now you have 3 more games to win another one. So if you go 3-1 again and lose it and win it in that game 8, guess what? It's exactly what you wanted to happen. So you got to understand that you're 4 games in, you're up 3-1, you used it in the exact time that you wanted to use it. Now you have to control the pace, and if you need to take a bigger lead on a 5-1, 4-1 game to get that next win, maybe that's when you use another power play. But you do not want to keep these for the next round, because guess what? You cannot do that.
You can't take them with you. You're right. You can't take them with you. And that's something that's going to be considered. Golden said was the right play considering. We just hadn't been there. I mean, like I said, we had not been to blue, and you're just gambling. Is it there? Is there a +2 from Gold in this game? And for Brad, I don't blame him for using that play. You got to use them at some point. So Brad will get the next call in Game 7, but we have 2 more to go from Gold. Gold, back to you. Just no 13 again. What are we looking at? Waiting for Gold. Gold's going to think this one through, Coach. Try the 6-pack right there. Almost won. Just gambled on one wrong card. We know Gold is a low-tier player. We'll see what Gold does here on the card start, because there's a couple options here as Gold awaits, thinks this one through. Just can't do 13. And we're going to go crazy 8s. There it is. Crazy 8s in the building. A big call right here, Coach, to keep it mid-tier.
Yes, sir. I like those mid-tier games. You know how about me.
Yes, sir. And, well, it's about the good hand. And how about that? Crazy 8s. Started off with the Camaro 8. Let's see what it'll be. Gold looking for a good hand right here to start the game. Brad going to be looped in here, staying composed. Gold now looking for a run to try to get this down into a cleaner play. And going to ditto that 8 off the start. That's interesting, Coach, because that could mean 2 things. Lack of yellow or get it out of the way now. We'll set it and forget it. We'll see. Brad's going to oblige and test. Here comes Gold. Let's find out. Was it a true story? It might be a true story on that yellow. That's big, Coach. A little vulnerability.
Exactly what you wanted to see.
A little bit of what you wanted to see. Can Brad find a way now on this green? Like I said, 4-1 would be massive for him. But remember, you got to win 6 tonight. It's a long way to go. Compared to, let's say, like I said, if it's 3-1, the best of 7, you're looking nice. In a, best
a lot
of
longer
11.
to go for Gold than it is for Brad
Yeah.
right now.
Well, that's going to be what Gold needs right there, Coach. A icer early. That's big. Toppers for Brad now needs to come in the clutch because Gold's going to run the green. Brad, and now you wonder, Coach, do you risk the switch? That's the thing. Do you risk the switch? Let's see. Brad maybe looking for more top deck city. Just try to get one card and you can really attack. That's all he's looking for. That's all you need in these D1 level games, man. Just one top deck and boom, you're back in the building. And Brad, nothing. Here comes Gold. Gold looking for a little bit of that red zone magic right here. Let's see. Gold taking time, loading up, taking stock of the situation. Can Gold find a little bit of magic right here? Really taking time, Coach. This is a big decision. You can see it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
While Gold takes that decision, reminder, here comes the move. Plays it clean. Oh, plan. Just a quick reminder, though. Best of 11 tonight. Winner gets pack. And for either player, we talked about the history on the line. One of these players will have a chance to run it back in T3. For Brad, he could run it back and be the first guy ever in league history to win consecutive tournaments in back-to-back years. Never seen that before. Triple play.
How big would that be for Brad?
That would be huge. No one. I mean, really, the closest really to it would have been. I almost have to say it myself with March. That's probably been the closest to it. Here comes Gold though into the yellow. What will it be from Brad? Brad now will look for the triple undercut. How does he play it? Remember, this was the yellow. Gold had flushed earlier. Here comes Brad, but just a triple. So Gold had faded that yellow, Coach. That's interesting.
That is pretty interesting to see why he didn't play that yellow earlier.
He's going back to it, but this one I'm okay with because you don't know what he got in that return. You don't know what Gold got in that return. That's the thing. But Brad is smart. He's going to go back to the blue 9. Classic double play of the numbers. Textbook from Brad. Does Gold have a potential steal a card, though, with that blue? And was holding back. Here comes Gold. Remember, +4 returns. That's the key. It's the word I always say. Brad loves that move, but did Gold have one up on him? Gold loading up right here. Down 2 possessions, looking to tie this up or maybe take the lead in one fall swoop. Really taking time, taking stock, loading up. And there it is, Coach. Massive quad play. Wow. I think that's got to be a little respect element. Brad was getting close there at 4. A little red zone action. Let's go at 2.
Who says Brad's over? I mean, it's still only a 6-card deficit.
It's never over, and I think the thing is the ammo return is going to be the key. Brad going to play a cool goal for check. Is that a good move from Brad to switch it off to 0? Let's see. Checks the log. Interesting. Look at the heat check from a goal. I think the ammo return is going to be the key. Goal looking to get this to 3-2 now. Brad trying to get this to 4-1. A long way to go, but longer for Gold. How will this road be continuing for said Gold? Gold looking for the check right here, taking time. Looking at the card history right here. We've seen it all night. +4s have been sparse, not so fast in this game. 2 of them, but no +2s, and nothing on reverse and skips in green and yellow. Only in red and a little bit of blue. Of course, wilds aplenty, regular as well. Gold taking time. Maybe evaluating that power play, Coach. It's a game of chicken with that. Remember, Brad's out. He's got 1 less. He used it earlier. He's got 1 more, but he used 1 less. And maybe Gold's thinking, do I want to go 3-2? Even up the power play? Do I want to win this bare knuckles and have the power play advance. Something to evaluate. There's no doubt. Really Gold is taking a mile here because this is a crucial one. You just don't want. Listen, the scoreboard's nicer when it's 3-2 than 4-1. That's the thing I think with.
Yeah, for sure.
For Gold, really taking stock in the situation. No power play. Plays it cool into the red 7. Maybe trying to get Brad thinking about it with the guessing game, but Brad is a master of patience. I'm not surprised. Here comes Gold. Is it 3-2? It is! No power play! And just like that, Coach, I think the 8 cards, that gamble, might have paid off. I got to go to Gold here. Gold, first off, talk to me about that yellow fade off the start. We knew you had it. Were you just trying to force Brad into a +4 by doing that yellow fade? Because it worked beautifully if it was.
Yeah, the figure out the start. Part of it was I felt I could get Brad to come back to yellow later, whether it be via a wild or some other like a +4, or help even just a chain back to it. I thought I was figuring I could do that, and also would let me exhaust my greens while I was at it, and it worked out perfectly.
Now I'm gonna go to Brett. Appreciate it. Actually, I'll go to you. What'd you get on that +4 ammo return? What'd you get on that +4 ammo return from him when he put that +4? Was it good?
I mean, like, I got like a +2, but it wasn't the right color. Like, I was trying to get to blue when I was drawing there, but I couldn't get it. Like, I had to use a +4, and like it didn't line up.
You think just the case, Brad, just trying to get reps on the. But you're not a guy to go 5 to 8. You're just trying to get reps on these lower starts to try to. If in case you go back to this to see where the battle lines are drawn, you say take that as a game on the chin, basically.
Yeah, like I could have won this game, it just didn't go my way.
Didn't go your way. Go. What was the +4, Brad? What was the return on that? I'm curious on that.
The +4 from Brad.
Yeah, what'd you get off that? Anything good? Did you get a +4? A little eye for an eye or something different?
I got a skip and a +4 out of that.
There it is, eye for an eye. Yeah. So Brad, it was more of a bait play. I think right there, Coach, it was the yellow, right? I had said off the top, it's gonna be that yellow, and that fade was just masterful. And you notice better than anyone when you have 5 to 8 cards, you can do that kind of stuff and be confident. Whereas 12, 13, maybe not so much, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you got to understand that no matter what cards you have, the other person can also receive luck on the cards you play against them. So, in my opinion, when you're looking at what to play against them, I mean, I'm surprised with no power play there because I don't know if I would have wanted to lose this game and go down 4-1. I mean, that was very ballsy by
Gold, yep.
a Gold there.
Well, you know what? It's the out, but I think you're more confident with 5 to 8. I get where go. Because think about 5 to 8, you just don't know where the ammo distribution reads are. If this was 13, you're probably using it. But with 5 to 8, you're banking on not many cards have been distributed. Let's just roll the dice. And now that's big now. 3-2, but you have the PP advantage. Now it's a different game. And the big part here, Coach, it's going to be Gold start. Last start for Gold in a second here. Let's see what happens here. Gold, your call. No 8-13. What do we got here? Starting to roll in this mid-tier package. That's a scary precedent, and I think Brad's got to be careful of that. Let's see what Gold will do here. Thinking this one through, Cole. You got it. Now at this rate, you have to every card start with the CSO. Remember, we've never seen this in the Final Four or finale ever. And because we've never seen it, it adds an extra layer that maybe something is there, and it's going to play at 9. So there we go. Keeping it into that mid-tier, would say. But this is what Brad's a little bit more comfortable with, and it's only fitting we started off just like the last game with the 9 in Acosta. Great run from Acosta as we go to Brock. So, Coach, right there, off the bat, another yellow start. And another thing I noticed, Gold not taking time. Caution to the wind. Throws a heater right there on the start. Initial play.
Yeah, that's what you like to see from Gold. You know, I think last game he knew how close or how big of a battle or win that would have been for him. So I think he knew that he needed to win that game. He took his time, and now he's like, I have a little bit of more breathing room, even though I'm down 3-2. Let me go out here and throw up. Let me throw in some of my biggest punches and see if I can throw out get myself back in this game 3-3.
Well, Gold's going to run it clean on the yellows. Now the question really becomes, as we go to the yellow 9, Brad Ditto in that. It's the same thing as the last game. Same song, second verse. The Dittos are early on that bot draw. That's sometimes can be a godsend. Brad's going to switch it. He's low. That's big. Brad with the switch. That's a crucial one because Gold's ice. Now Brad's confident.
I don't think you've ever taken away Brad's confidence in this game. I mean, winning that first game gives you so much relief, and then going up 2-0, man, that helped his confidence out a lot. It would be hard for me to not feel confident until I lose a game to make it tied.
Yeah,
you know.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I think that, but now Brad's. I was only saying he's confident because Gold was iced out. That's all.
Oh.
Yeah. Because when you ice out, you start getting a little confidence. Okay, I can make an extra progression now. I got the delta on the numbers for sure in terms of the scoreboard. Now all hell breaks loose, Coach. Every color's in the board. Now you don't know. When all colors are there, Pandora's, it's going to get crazy. There it is. Back to yellow, trips 8. Pull the 8 ball, and here we go. The flurry of numbers comes in.
Yep.
Brad to deuce.
Hell gates open. The floodgates are open.
Floodgates are open. Brad looking for deuce. +4. Here he comes. Is this a finish or Brad a check? Now double +4. That's game. Bad Brad backstage. 2 more games away. It's 4-2 now. And I don't think Goal, you couldn't have done anything, right? That was pretty monster from Brad. I'm not going to ask much here.
Yeah, it wasn't much. I had a little number efficiency, but the only ammo I had was in red.
Yeah, so you made the break the red, and Brad just was able to. Yeah, Brad, big win right there, buddy. Was that just plan A really though? I mean, 2 +4s off the get go. That's usually. That
was just a game I had to win. Like, if you lose that game, you don't deserve to win the series. Honestly, I had to win that game.
Big statement right there, Coach, and that's big because I see why. Because Gold's going to run it low and risk the low, and we know Brad's comfortable in that high tier stuff. Now, sure, he lost 11-12, but he still has plenty of numbers. 13 through 15 is wide open, and well, if he wants to run 13 again, but 14, 15 are wide open still. We'll see how it goes because all he needs is 2 more. Not really much to ask. I'll go to Yoshi for another little halftime break now. Yoshi, your thoughts 6 games in. Brad's just been able to find a little bit more on Gold's homestand, while Gold has got the fighting claw so far earlier.
Yeah, rough game for Gold because you're down and then you get a game like that where there's not much you could have done. I think they just got to keep their head in the game knowing that, I mean, it's not over until someone wins 6 games. There's still definitely room for Golden to come back, but he just gotta, make sure that he keeps his head in the game, knowing that you can't get defeated early. You have to stay confident, stay in that zone. Brad, obviously, this is gonna help him for sure with 1 power play as well. He gets the card start here. He's got the advantage right now. It's just a matter of, like you said earlier, like keeping level-headed while you're in the lead. Because it's, many times before we've seen people, fall from a strong lead. I mean, we literally saw it in the last match. So there's a lot that's still on the table.
A lot still on the table. I think this is going to be key, Coach, for Brad. If he can get this win right here, power play or no power play, especially if he can get it, without the power play, he's looking good. But remember, Gold still has 2, and anything can happen. We saw what happened last night. It usually does. Brad, as I said, buddy, we know he ain't going 6, but we got no 6, 9, 11, 12. I'm thinking one of these upper tiers. What do we think? It's going to be the 14 or 15? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, yes, sir. I know it, baby. Yes, sir. Here we go. Bad Brad with the 14. Double OG. Oh, that's a... Coach, we rarely see zero sugars and wild regular start. We see more +4s than wild regulars, and zero starts are rare as it comes, for sure. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I've not seen a zero in a long time.
Been a minute. That changes the game because that zero is almost like an extra power play if you can switch off it. So that's one less little variable we got to watch. Is gold ditto? We've seen a lot. We don't see rare dittos off the start in the best of 11, especially when we get to these late games. So we're seeing everything in the game 7 here.
Yep.
Brad's looking to go up 5-2. Gold looking to go down 4-3, trying to get one back. Brad, like I said, looking for history. Gold as well, looking for history. The T3 Merchants, who will get through and play Pat Johnson at home. Loser will, of course, still have another game with Albion for 3rd place, but you don't want to think about that, right? You want to stay locked in. Here comes gold. And I think the one thing I've noticed, Coach, we talked about controlled aggression, we talked about regular aggression, number efficiency. I want to say the flow state's been really dominating a little bit tonight. Both players have just been letting it flow, not rushing the finish, playing aggressive but not too overly sound as we go to a red 3. It's been the difference so far compared to, let's say, the first 2 games where you can tell where both are hesitant because they never play each other, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, though. You're not seeing one player kind of just, throw punch after punch. They're being methodical with their punches. They're pulling them back a little bit. They're not out here just slaying the beast every time they have a number efficiency card.
Well, right now, we talk about slaying the beast. We have slayed the Trips color right there, waiting on blue. So a little bit still aggressive with the switching, but nothing too crazy as Brad will look to go up 9-10. A lot of numbers so far. Gold has been in this position before down. Brad now is going to adjust as we go back to red, though, keeping it off that blue. That ice cold. Brad keeps it cool in Allen, trying to test gold. Gold looking to test and pass it. Up by 2 possessions, but with the switch back to green. So once again, Coach, keeping it away. Keep away from blue. It's been the key. It's been the key so far. You wonder for Brad, does he have a backdoor 9, though, just to get back to red and find a way? He doesn't want to go blue. I think unless you got a solidified run in the blue with a +2 or something, it's risky.
I think anything you do right now is risky. I mean, in these late games, any type of move you decide can be a risk move.
Triple play, and that's massive right there for Brad. I think he needed to throw that right there, get a little advantage, get the +2, and see how it goes. Even if it's not blue right now, try to see if that progression's clean to the end. Plays it cool. Here comes Gold, though. Gold's got some tricks up the sleeve. You wonder if this is going to be one of them right here. Down 3. 3 possessions in favor of Brad. Here comes Gold loading up. Nothing. Going to play it cool. Brad for Trace. With no blue to be found. Here he comes. There's the blue, Coach. Does Gold have an answer, though? Brad in that danger territory. What will Gold do? It's nothing. Here comes Brad. Does he think about finishing it off right here with a power play, or does he play it cool? Now is going to be the question. Do you want?
No way you use a power play right here, right?
You be juiced. You still have to win one more game. But you know what? 3 shots at the apple. I can see it. It's Brad. Let's go 5-2 and see if you got what it takes. But he'll play it cool. So I think he may. So he's going to risk it. Let's see what Gold will have. Does Gold have anything? No, I might be big. That's exactly what Brad needs. Unless it was just trip numbers. If it's a +2, it's game. If it's trip numbers, then he thinks about the power play. I think he's got it right here, Coach. Has to be.
Yes, sir.
There it is, +4.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, good. You know what? That would have been a waste if he would have used the power play. Honest to God. Because then if he uses it, right, then all of a sudden you're out of power play and you're going to have no ammo. There, yeah, I had a feeling.
Now it's 2-0. So those 2 games, he has the advantage on the power play. He can, even it up,
Yeah, now Gold has the 2 power play. Brad only has 1, but Brad just needs to close it out. Brad, big win. Gold basically had no ammo. I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to ask Gold quick. For you, though, do you think that initial trips play, they skip red 3 combo, did that enable something right there to get you to the finish? I think that's really what made the difference for sure. Brad?
I mean, like when he played that, like I had no yellows left either, so like that was actually good for me because like I wanted that switch. I did not have a yellow,
That fell in your lap.
so like
I got you.
yeah, it just lined up for me.
I mean, Coach, that's the micro things. When you have no ammo, though, what do? Well, you get aggressive with the switching, and sometimes maybe just being a little bit conservative there with no ammo is the way to go. But at the same time, you're down 4-2. You got to try something. I can't fault either one. They're both going for the gap, and unfortunately, just luck. They didn't luck out for Gold. And now a Herculean effort here to try to get this back to Game 9 because Brad will get this Game 8, looking to close it out. And what do you think the key is going to be for Gold to get back to the game? How does Brad finish and keep the pace going, foot on the pedal?
You gotta pull your punches. You gotta stop pulling your punches a little bit. You gotta throw out there, throw that power play out there. Go out, pretty much go with the wind. You gotta know what to do, and you know what to do. You gotta win 4 straight. So
here we go. It's gonna be key. Can Brad close it out? Brad, I think I know where we're headed, but just to ask, 9, 14, 11, 12. Are we sending? What do we got?
I'm actually going to surprise you here. Watch this.
Yeah, okay, you know what? Save the full send. Save the full. I get it, though, because just in case, Coach, you got to think about this. Sure, Brad will not get another home game until Game 11. We get there, but you got to save it. I like that, because Gold may do a sender at some point. As Brad's aggressive, he's going to he's ripping the Band-Aid off now. He's ripping it off. Let's go. 10 cards to go. Brad, remember, power play, Gold, 2 of them. It's the one difference, though. Gold has the PP advantage, but Brad's got the scoreboard advantage. You'd rather have the SB advantage for sure, the scoreboard. Bad Brad looking to figure it out, but Gold's going to go a monster play, Coach. You talked about caution to the wind. There's the first one.
the first punch, baby.
Yeah, quick 5-bagger right there, and it just flipped the board. But now the question is, if you're Brad, you're thinking about, well, did Gold just burn everything? Right, and that's the thing. If you're Brad, are you content to say, hey, you know what? Everything just got burned. I'm still in a comfortable spot. He's going to test that thing. He's not going to risk it, though. He's going to fight. But now this is where the game gets good here, Coach, because it's off the chains now. Oh, boy.
Yep.
Off the chain. Now I have no idea. When you throw a triple +2, he's going to say, okay, come bring it. Let's see what happens.
To the ring right now.
Yeah, now every punch has been thrown. He's there, nothing. So Brad just threw the kitchen sink. Interesting. You know, I'm interested in that move. It could work because of the possessions, but it could come back to bite you. Because it's so early in the game, you don't know what the top deckers are off the top with the ammo. Because we hadn't seen them pull anything. We hadn't seen anything. So that's the thing to know. But Gold's going to bail Brad out potentially. Maybe, but Brad had flipped off the green plus. Unless he's only got reds. I think this is a safe play from Brad to get some numbers going. Here comes Gold. Gold is the green 7. Brad back to the G8. Double Shamik. Here comes Gold. 5-13 on the board. What will Gold have right here? Down 8 possessions. Long way to go for both. Nothing to do. And Bad Brad looking to get to that red zone. He'll get to the red zone in the 4. Now the question becomes, Coach, it's the switching. Because the red is what Gold had favored earlier off the +2s. Into yellow goes aggressive. Brad looking for Trace now. Let's see what he'll do. Nothing. That's big, Coach. I I think, Coach, I got to say, Brad needed the red. We talked about it. The red was the key to being an enabler, and now Gold can just run it. How does Brad get back to that red's going to be the key. I got a feeling.
Well, who are you giving the advantage to? It's a question.
Right now, it's going to be Gold until Brad can get back to that red, believe it or not. I think Brad needed, because remember, he threw everything. He threw the kitchen sink, and that's exactly what you need right there. That's going to get your job done, but it's closer in score now. That's the only difference, though. It's getting dangerously close, and remember, Brad sent, what was it, a plus 10, whatever it was, a massive trip plus 2 right there, plus 8. Plus 12, excuse me, I'm sorry. It's a long day. Here comes Gold off the zero sugar. Remember, 2 power plays for Gold. That's the thing. There's 2 of them. If you can win one without here, then you can tie it up. That's the thing if you think about it theoretically. But long way to go. Gold really loading up here. This could be a move. This could be a finishing move because of all the ammo given. That's not a finishing move there, Coach, but that's a heat check. There's no doubt. We had
exactly what you want to see from Gold right now. I mean, he's not over his head. He's still in the game. He's still playing one game at a time.
If Brad needed more red, it's a good move. Brad had been juiced on the blue. It's going to come down to that topper. What did he get off that topper? Because that's all I can really think of. Here he comes. Did Brad get something off the topper to really isolate the blue? Plus 2 from Brad. Oh, it's a heat check. Heat check. There's the red. Brad's been living and dying by those reds. It's been working for him. What will Gold have? Brad dangerously close now. What will Gold have in response? Oh, massive reset. I did not expect that one, Coach. That is a great save.
Great save by Gold.
What a save by Gold. Because you don't expect that. Now all the plus 2s are juiced. Now it's going to be really who knows what's the battle.
I don't think neither of them expected that.
No, and Gold did that against Peter. If you look at the history, the question is, does Gold have an extra green in the tank? Because that's going to be the key, or do they juice it? Nope, still extra in the tank, no juice. Now, if you're Brad, you got to think here that there's nothing coming. You're in a good spot still. There's no plus 2s in red or green. In fact, there's no really skips or reverses much left in these 2 colors. So he's going to be confident going back to red. Remember, the plus 2s are good. Oh, that's a heat check! Oh! Gold had that one lined up. Back to Seth Wild. That's not... Brad's just favoring the red, Coach. He can't get anything going. He needs the red, and it's not working. And yep, there it is. Yeah.
He needs to find a way to get to the red.
He couldn't find it. Great play from Gold. I think right there, I have to assume that plus 12 saved you because I don't know if you had much going for you. But that plus 12 from Brad really changed the momentum, no? And a great job on the isolation, sniffing out Brad's lack of every color other than red.
Let me see what all I gained from that plus 12. But there was a lot that I gained there. There we are. Yes. Yeah, I was looking at number efficiency before that, and then afterwards I had plenty of ammo.
All right, I'll have to ask Brad then. Brad, you made the plus 12. Was it a case of you just had too many reds and you kind of had to lighten the load on those double plus 2s and the green and blues, but you ultimately just couldn't lighten the load enough because he had that ridiculous plus 2 save? I didn't think he'd have a red. I thought he had nothing in red, but then you found a way after you went for the wild. What happened there at the end? Just lack of really other colors cost you on that one, you say? Just after that plus 2?
When I played the plus 12, I actually had a few green cards, but I wasn't trusting that I could be able to stay on green, so I played them. And then after that, I really didn't have much. At the end, I really only had numbers. I really couldn't do much other than that wild.
Yeah, I appreciate your thoughts right there, Coach. I think that's a case of got caught napping. That's going to happen sometimes when you have those crazy plus 12s. Think about it. If he throws that later in the game, Gold's got nothing, right? There's nothing. All Gold did was throw that monster.
Perhaps he doesn't have nothing, but he also could have something. So I think you're playing devil's advocate there, and it could have been both ends.
It's true. It could have been. But I think the aggression, the first punch, Gold making that quintuple play, it forced Brad's hand. Now Brad has to be wary of that. Okay, you know what? Maybe you force that hand. Maybe you don't have to throw the ammo, right? Maybe that's a gamble. Maybe that's what Gold's got in the playbook now. It's a juxtaposition because Brad's going to have to be careful here, Coach. It's going back to Gold's homestand next too, and this is where things could get crazy because we know we ain't going upper tier. Let's get to it. Gold, your call right here. Can't be no 10-8-13 free board other than that. What do we got? Yeah, here we go, Coach.
Hey, T, let's quit acting like Brad didn't think he had a throwaway game. He didn't pick his full send there. I think he knew he might have had, he might have had a game to lose there, and he wanted to see if he can throw away a number that he didn't.
Oh, but the thing is now at this rate, it really is going to come down to what's the hand. I mean, that's going to be the key on 5. Gold's going all in, and if you don't have a red off the start, it's either two things. It's either you have no red or you're fading something. Here we go. Here comes Gold. Power play open for both now, and still nothing. It's a gamble and a half from Gold. Tries to go for the play. Brad, 1-2, buckle my shoe. Gold, 7-3. What's it going to be? Okay, plays it cool. And now Brad's juice. And that's the thing with 5, man. It's a risk and a half. Oh, a double red 8. That's crazy right there, Coach.
What a start.
That's not no topper. That's saving a little bit of something. That's big because now it's a one-possession game. It's tied. Wow. Gold gets out of a pickle. And this is what we say. Guys like Brad, not used to this low stuff, right? They have to figure out the field. Gold is comfortable here. Let's see what it'll be. Triple play, gets out of it, got the lead. Wow. All of a sudden, Brad undercuts, though. Great play from Brad. Oh, but Gold undercuts back to yellow. Holy cannoli, opens up the floor to yellow. Trips due. Off to Brad, blue does. It's a ditto play in the bow. Oh, what are we watching? Gold speed runs into Sting. Unbelievable gameplay.
I like it.
Here comes Brad. Holy cannoli. He goes back to blue. Gold for the finish. Is it game? It's going. What? What was that? Are you a captain style backdoor finish? Are you kidding me? Oh,
what a play.
Wow. Oh, Brad, that was shades of you and Cap, man, where Cap pulled that ridiculous game. Oh, my God, that's a tough way to lose. Gold, what a steal job. Talk to me about that opening red crescendo, though. Saving some of the red. Did you save some of that red off the top, or did you have one of those red 8s and we're banking on another one? That's crazy.
Oh, I had the red skip off the start, but I was considering my options. I didn't think that a red skip into a green skip, or worse, risking a red skip into unknown territory. I didn't think it was worth it, so I was willing to draw back, and I got the 2 8s. I was like, okay, wonderful. I can use this, force Brad to draw, and then reset the situation to somewhere more comfortable.
Brad, I mean, you got caught. What do you do in that situation? I mean, I thought right there and then, you ice the blue. It might be a power play. What'd you have in that? Did you have a back end blue, or were you just trying to isolate the game? Just couldn't find any really good connectors? Because that was a crazy play.
I really did have my, so I had a few numbers, but nothing connected for me. So I just didn't really know what to do.
Coach, this is your avenue. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, that's just what happens when it's a 5-card start.
Coach, this is your avenue, though, right? You talk about these 5-card starts, and Gold still has 6 or 7 available, right? And that's the risk you take when you go low. And for Gold to do something like that and force a game 10.
Boy, hey, KT, guess what, bud? Yeah. Those power plays.
Yeah, they both have now. Now it's a different game. Earlier, Gold had to find a way to fight. They both could use it any time and cap it off. Now, Gold's got 2 of them. Remember, if there's a defensive run, if there's some defense, Gold can play defense. Brad, he's got to find a way, but I'm not sensing this thing's going to go upper tier. The momentum shifting back to gold. Brad did say that 15 if we got to a game 11, but this has shades of last night where Matt Johnson apparently said it's over in 10. And I think if you're Brad, you got to finish it now, because if you don't, yeah, boy, it's going to get really good. This is going to be something. We talked about a fantastic finish. That was a frantic finish. Gold, this is it. Last home game. All the marbles right here. What's going to be that final call? You can't do 5, you can't do 10, you can't do 8, and you can't do 13. What do we got? What will Gold do? Does Gold play into the hands of the full Sens? Does Gold try to play an OG? Is there another 6-pack coming the way? A lot of options for Gold. Gold's got to think this one through. Brad's on pins and needles right now. This is what you want. Both guys have won tournament threes before. They've been playing lights out. Sure, Gold has had to find some ridiculous ways to win those last 2 games using some magic, I would say, or just fading. But now it's all in. It's all in. Both have what they've gotten. They both have the advantage in terms of control all night. There's not one player that's had a better control of the other. The only difference is so far Brad's had it a little bit more in the upper tier, whereas Gold just has to fight. And there's the 7. There it is, Coach. Once again, your rally. Here we go. Going to be a red 5. And we started off again. There's the red 3. What do we got now? Red 3 from Gold. And that's going to be a draw from Brad. Oh, boy. Draw from Brad. What was that?
I said, boy, oh, boy.
Yeah, that's the... But, Coach, you got to respect. This is your game. You do this a lot. In matches, you got to respect the gameplay from Gold going low. This is ballsy, but it's working. Here comes Gold now because no... What?
Uh-oh.
No, that's legal. What the hell?
No, I haven't played yet, so that's why.
What? Oh,
Is it not allowed if your first move is a draw?
I guess not. Nah, that's 100% legal though. That should be 100% legal.
Yeah, it's happened to me before.
Oh.
Uh-oh, wait, you messed up.
I did mess up. Oh, well, that's fine. You're forced to draw anyways.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
That was a typo on my end.
Well, it doesn't, yeah. I've never seen that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, Coach. That's a weird one, man. I thought we had fixed the issue.
Wait, what? That's not game?
I don't even know where to begin with this one, man. Yo, Coach, commentate the game. I'm going to have to screenshot that for Grim. Give me a minute.
Okay. Coach Rogers here to commentate the game, in the flesh. So we really don't know what exactly just happened, but as you see, it is all the way, yes, we thought to the end, but it's not. 9-3 here. Does Brad have some ammo to throw back at him? But here we go. Gold at 1, Brad at 1. Brad plays a yellow 5 and Gold with a pretty quick draw there.
Yeah, that was bizarre. I don't know. I'll have to talk to Grim about that. I guess the loophole is basically because Brad didn't play a card, the bot registered as that's not the first turn of the game. It's kind of a cheesy way to look at it, though.
I don't want to say cheesy at all. I think somebody messed up. Just my opinion. So,
No, it's
I feel like
no,
I
it's,
feel like Gold's got more advantage than Brad does. I hate
No.
saying it, but it's basically Gold advantage.
Gold has the advantage because there's two plays there that were not played, but yeah, they're both at a power play. It's just weird. That was
Oh
weird.
no, Yepes. I know, I get that. I get it and use power play, but I think whenever he does decide to use it, then it's probably basically game, set, match. I feel like, but I should have played. Anyways, if Brad steals one here, I won't be surprised, but I think Gold's got this in the bag.
Yeah, I gotta make sure the bot race. I'll talk to Graham on that. That's got to be fixed for next tournament at this rate. It's not going to be fixed for this tournament. It's impossible. There's only one game left after today, so we'll have to fix it for next tournament. I'll talk to Grim.
We can thank Josh Crash for crashing the bot.
No. The bot's fine. The bot's working. It's a technical glitch. It's something I gotta make sure. I gotta be, because we had this issue with Lane Sanders where it was the first turn.
I just had to put that pun in there since I know it's a live stream, but I just had to make that a pun there because why not? Anyways, moving on from that, I feel like I'll look back on that as I will give you what I think in my opinion. But anyways, we move on. Let me see here on the table. Sorry if I arrived so late because I was busy. But
we have Coach here. You're good. You're good.
Oh boy, I feel like either Brad's hiding or he's just playing the draw city to take advantage. Which in my opinion, I feel like Gold's got some arsenal add on top of that.
Well, Gold still has a power play. Brad still has a power play. Let's see how this goes. Gold's got the arsenal. I mean, Gold has the arsenal because the moment Brad goes into red or blue is gonna get smacked. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how he plays.
I feel like Gold has a blue, but I don't think he has any more red.
No, he has.
I'm just going off what I think.
No, Fitz. He misplayed a blue and red +2. Brad has to play this tricky because if he doesn't splice it, he's gonna get smacked. Trust me.
Hey, at least these two can read my mind. The only question is who blinks first. Just that one.
All right, back to that crazy game. At least this one. The first 9 were clean. You know, Coach, I'm not sure what Brad thinks about this here because let's face it, he's in a tough spot. We saw the misplay. We saw what just happened, and you really gotta. I don't know. You really gotta think about that.
Yeah, just like what happened with Abion. Got basically fooled.
Abion was a
Oh boy.
completely different story.
Yikes. Oh my god. Well, I think Brad read my mind. Ladies and gentlemen.
I don't even know what to
I feel like, to be fair, Kate. Sorry to. Oh, well.
That's game. That's 100%.
Oh boy. If this ain't game,
No, it's.
I will have questions.
That's Brad to the finale. That has to be one of the strangest ways I just don't even know where to say anymore. Yeah, it's game. There it is. Into M. Into yeah. That
was funny. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm at a loss for words on that one.
I realized that I drew a bunch of animals there. So I realized I know I had the power play. I realized I could set up a route where I power play, so VeriGold never has the chance to play the red or blue +2.
Right. I mean, Gold, did you have a finish on that power play? I'm just trying to compartmentalize what just happened.
Yeah, I did. It was just a typo, and I think the bot messing up did kind of fuck with my mental a little. Sorry for using that, but I don't think that fully excuses the typo on my end. It happens. It's not my first time I've messed up with +2. It could be so much worse.
Yeah, we'll look into that with the bot. I have to talk to Grim, saying, hey, we got it. It doesn't matter if you play. It's the first turn, no matter what. But Brad, you move on to the finale. Forget that last game right there. That was a load of who knows what. But Yoshi, just to trap 2 minutes from that last game. We had about a 2 minute stoppage time just to trap 2. But your thoughts on just moving on to play Pat Johnson in the finale? You'll be at home too.
Okay.
That's crazy, insane.
Let's go. I have no idea. I have no idea what to expect from Pat Johnson. I saw his game yesterday. I still don't know what to expect tomorrow. This could be anything really. It's a 9 versus 15 finale. That's insane. I really don't know what to think. And I'll have to play to find out. That was a crazy series, though.
Yeah, game 10 is still that's gonna live in eternity. Gold, how do you approach this great tournament run? No matter what, you'll have a chance to play for bronze with Albion coming up here. Who knows? Maybe tonight. But your thoughts on just the overall performance and just what you gotta do moving forward. And you got the 4 wins. That's big, especially this tournament early in the year. You got those 4 banker wins.
Aside from that last game, I feel pretty good about my performance. Typo again strikes me. It's my one glaring issue. I think is the typos. Is it happens at the worst moments, and it always happens with the +2s. It seems. But aside from that, pretty good match. Wish I could have gotten it to a game 11 despite that. But hey, you live and you learn. I'll get bronze. I need a bronze to fill out my podium collection anyways.
We'll go over to Coach. Coach, your thoughts on this game overall, though, man? It was a crazy game. Forget that last game. Crazy 9 games though. We were just back. We had no idea who was going to win the series for sure.
I think you had an idea of who you thought could be your favorite, and I was going into it. I thought Brad might pull it out, but I got to give it up to Gold, man. Gold did everything he could to come out on top of this game, and at the end of the day, it did not go his way. Very proud of how both competitors fought. Brad is going to be a very viable tournament winner if he can win this. But I think Pat Johnson, man, like he said, he's unpredictable, so it's going to be tough. It's going to be fun to see how that goes.
Well, that's going to be it for me. I mean, who knows what happened in that last game? We'll kind of discuss it later, but we'll get the updated. Brad will be Brad versus Pat. Brad will be at home. It's the old 9:15, just like we drew it up. Best of 11, though, still. We're going to run it back, BO 11. Should be a good one. Should be tomorrow night. That's what we're looking for. Should be a fun one. That will probably, I don't know, it's probably not me if it's going to be that late. Probably going to be somebody way past dark. Regardless, though, I want to thank Coach for a great game. What a series. We'll see what happens come tomorrow. We'll see what happens tonight. If Gold's going to play, I think Albion's around, so we'll see if we get that third place game in at least. Crazy series, but it was in the end a close fought battle that Brad had to win. He found a way to get it done. Congratulations to him. For myself and Coach, it's been a hell of a night. We are signing off. We'll see you for the finale, the final act, the final cinema. Coming to a theaters near you tomorrow. Have a good one.
No way.
This has been a presentation of MRE Division 1.